What's up, gang? It's Jay here, your accountability coach and ghetto psychologist. It is my life's purpose to help Black people navigate this patriarchal system of white supremacy. On this channel, we're gonna talk about all type of shit. We talk about celebrity gossip, celebrity news. We talk about political issues some of the time, not all the time. We talk about social issues, society in general, and of course, psychology. Y'all, it's a lot going on. Let me see my mic. I might have to get a little closer and see my mic down. Hold on, let me make sure I'm still in the frame, shoulder. Y'all, it's a hot ass mess out here in this motherfucking world. In these streets, okay? So as I record this, it is October 13th. I'm probably just gonna upload this in between my other uploads I got coming up. So this is probably gonna be posted. What's today? Monday. I'm probably gonna post this on the 15th. Okay, so 2 days and then later you're gonna see this. Yeah, so okay. Just a quick recap of some things that's been going on. Of course, we know we are on the end of the whole little Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, JT, Cardi B versus everyone drama, right? um, First of all, like I said, I love this album. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't listen to it all the way through all the time. You know, it's like a different vibe. Like some days I listen to the vibe, the slow vibe and the vulnerable where she was just talking about her relationship and stuff. I don't listen to that much because I like the happy stuff right now. So all her other stuff, that the club bangers, the fucking magnet and what's the second one on the track on the fucking it was magnet. Airtime is my joint. The number two on the track. Why I can't think of the damn song? Well, number two on the track, okay, because I'm still getting familiar with the album. Okay, it just came out, hell, just a month ago. Okay, but number two on the track, Magnet, Airtime. It's a few more, like the bangers on there. Of course, I love Safe. But anyway. This is not a Cardi B review. We are here to talk about somebody who's kind of related, loosely related to Cardi B in in a sense of we know the rumors and what the rumors said about Offset and Saweetie, this person that I'm about to talk about today. But I want y'all to know this is not going to be just a celebrity analysis right now. This is going to be a deep take on what's happening with these celebrities and how, like I said, it's gonna help you navigate this patriarchal system of white supremacy because it's gonna relate to some things that we all go through and we all experience or we've all seen at least somebody else experience. So I don't know if y'all heard what the people is saying that Saweetie is a prostitute. She's a hooker. She's a call girl. She's an escort. She's a whore. And I had to say that many times. Because the people is just, the people are peopling. Excuse me as I clean my glasses. The people are people and people are doing what they always do. And this rumor came about from her ex-manager saying that basically she was, just setting up these arrangements where Saweetie was doing her thing and the men were paying her. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, like I always do, I don't be getting into a lot of this stuff. I see it on my timeline. I might see a clip, I might see a little video, and I only watch, of course, because it's interesting to see how everybody reacts to things. That's my main thing. When it comes to me getting into what is going on in the world, especially the celebrity world, you get to see how people really react to like what happens in real life and the social atmosphere, no matter what money you got, whores exist in every class. Um, and I say that as someone who, if you go on my channel, I've told y'all I used to do OnlyFans. So as someone who was a virtual whore, know that whores come in every class in every type of way, right? Sex work is a huge umbrella. It's not just prostitution. And I am going to paint quite a few pictures for you people who are out here kind of just bad mouthing Saweetie, especially after it came out. It could have been, it's could be hearsay, could be just a rumor. We don't know. It's just been a couple of days, right? And we don't know what the result or the consequences or whatever's going to happen after this revelation. But I need for y'all to chill out, right? Especially if y'all are bad mouthing, Sweetie. And I'm going to paint a couple of pictures. Now people were calling her. What the hell is this? I'm sorry. People were calling her talentless and, saying, yes, we knew they like everybody's acting like they know. Oh, we knew. We knew that we knew she ain't got no talent. Why else? And then, of course, there's this discussion about pretty privilege, which I'm going to get into that. But I still want to talk about the whole escort sex work aspect of it. Women like Saweetie in the industry, it is not. Let me see. I'm trying to use my words wisely and carefully. I want to say that this is it's a normal culture in the industry for a woman to be sought after and to be provided for. The word is hypergamy. Look it up, okay? Matter of fact, I'll do you a solid. Let's put the definition of hypergamy up here so the people can understand what it means and how to spell it. All right, let's go. I got to share my screen. Here we go. You should be able to see this on the screen. Let me see. Can I get it? Let's get a little bigger. All right, that says here, hypergamy is the social science term for the practice of marrying or dating someone of a higher social class, which has historically been more common in women. Hey, I'm gonna stop sharing. Now listen. Again, this is going to be a deep take. And I'm writing about this in my book because it's important we understand the type of society that we live in. And I think a lot of people don't really fully understand the type of society we are living in. We are living in a patriarchal society that is ran by white supremacy. So, based on that standard, women historically have been sought after, um, not only just for sex, but just for companionship. Um, I want y'all to understand that I feel like, of course, we don't know for sure, but I just feel like there was a time where women was not checking for men. And the only way that they would check for men is if men would, in the really ancient days, kidnap them sometimes, buy them off other people's families, right? Daughters were for sale. I want y'all to understand this. This is do we have to learn our history, our human history. Um, Women were always bought. Okay. It's not prostitution's not new. It's been around for the dawn of time. Um, and there's a blurred line when it comes to how some women, especially women who practice hypergamy, how they navigate their relationships because to the outside world it would look like, oh, she's an escort, but in her world it's no, this is just how I date. Let's think about it here, right? Let's take it. let's take it to a more relatable aspect, especially based on our average social class, right? Say you are a person and you in a situation with somebody. Of course, you are not an escort. Okay. You don't have sex for a living. You don't go on dates and provide companionship for a living. But you get yourself in a situationship because you know with this person and this person knows that you just don't want a relationship with each other, but you enjoy each other's company. Maybe you just like to have sex. You're friends with benefits, right? But maybe you're like, hey, I need help. Um, as a woman, you create some kind of arrangement with this guy where not every time you having sex with him or you're hanging out with him, he pay you, but sometimes he give you money just because he know you need he know you need it, and he's just a providing type of guy, right? Because he just got the means to do it. It's an arrangement, but does it really make you a whore? Does it make you an escort? Does it make you all those things? We teeter the lines, right? You teeter the lines when, as a woman, when it comes to that, because women want to be provided for. Men set a standard for us to be provided for because they knew that there was no reason for us to be with them if they didn't provide. So, now of course it's different now because a lot of you, I had to, the ghetto was about to come out. She was about to hop out. A lot of you motherfuckers, though, a lot of you bitches don't require anything. So that's a whole nother topic. But speaking in like I said, in general terms, it blurs the line when you are a woman who practices or believes in her polygamy, and you are looking for a man to provide for you. A lot of these women in the industry are that way, talentless or not. Talentless or not, right? So when it comes to Sweetie, there is a clip. Let me see. I'm gonna find this clip. I'm gonna play it for you guys so we can see it in real time together, so you can understand the context. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I think this is it. I don't know. I can't remember if this is gonna be long enough or not. Hold on. Oh, oh, I have not been on TikTok in forever, Jesus. Okay, hush. Why did I always just want to automatically play? All right, hang on. This post, when was this posted? This is posted last month. Let me share it. Let's see if this hurting a little bit. Oh, no, like that. Y'all teeth just randomly started hurting. I All right, y'all. Let's do it. Oh, let me make sure my sound is on, girl. Jesus Christ. My bad, y'all. Share sound, because what would be the point? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do it.
I saw it on TikTok. They're like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been
Oh,
so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened like my whole life. So it's like what I deal with in the industry is just, you know, different face, same case.
Oof.
all right. Okay, so let's talk about that. let's dissect a couple of things that she said. Um, pretty punishment. I never termed it pretty punishment. I never even thought about it. That's pretty punny. But no, pretty punishment is a real thing. Let's start there. Okay, let's start there. Let's start with what she said that I totally agree with. Okay. Pretty punishment is a real thing. And I will say this. People might look at me and not think I'm pretty. Okay. I think I'm beautiful actually. The world is not really called me ugly. In fact, I've gotten more compliments on my appearance than the opposite. Um, I just know that beauty is not that important. It's never been that important to me. My character always has, because I have been told that I was pretty my entire life, regardless of if anybody thinks that or not. This I've been told by other people. I think I'm pretty. But I don't, superficial is just superficial. It's not really that important to me. This body I'm in, I'm borrowing it. Something can happen to me tomorrow, and my face not look like this anymore. So I don't think that that should matter too much. But I have experienced the downside of being pretty. I have been hated on by women to a very, very high extent. Um, I've had some backdoor ass friends because of not even just me being pretty, just my personality too. Just the essence, just overall, like I am a pretty when I say attractive, I'm not even just talking about my appearance. I attract people. When I go places, people like to talk to me. When I go places, people they gravitate to me. People like me, nigga. Like people like me. So a lot of people don't like that. And when you are pretty, people are attracted to you. They are attracted to the outer shell, of course. And then when they start to get to know the inner shell, depending on what's inside of there, they might like you and they might not. However, going back to what we're talking about, pretty punishment is a real thing. Um, the negative side of being pretty, because pretty privilege is real too. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. But pretty punishment, the negative side of being pretty is, like I said, people, not even just women, men will hate on you too. Men will hate you for being pretty because they know that that means that you have access, in their minds at least, to a lot of men. People are always going to be seeking after you. So they hate that because that means that they have to compete. A lot of men don't want to compete. Let's be clear. Not only that, not only do men not want to compete, they don't, they are afraid of pretty women's power. And they know that more than likely when they get a pretty woman, they're gonna have to provide for her. So it's a lot of multiple reasons why men don't like pretty women, even though they still want pretty women, they don't really like pretty women. Again, when it comes to another psychological aspect of it, like I said earlier, historically pretty women were sought after. And a lot of them were whores. There is an association historically in our subconscious that we probably not even aware of, because this is history. It means y'all to know your history, because your history does literally dictate your mindset, right? The current mindset that we have as a society, the through line. So women were sought after to be paid for, no matter who they paid, whether they paid the father for the daughter, the woman, the pimp, whoever. An arranged marriage and or it's a dowry, whatever the fuck, whatever you looking at, a woman was paid for. So when you have pretty women who are sought after, there is a hierarchy where the beauty is a woman's currency, and men, their currency is money. Because a woman with money Nobody really cares if a woman has money or not that much. They don't. That's not, ooh, that's not as impressive as a man with money. Crazy, right? But that's the world we live in because it's patriarchal. So you got this woman here, right? And she's pretty. Men don't like her because she's pretty, but they want her. They use her, right? They don't care about what's on the inside because the shell is beautiful. What does it matter? What's on the inside? So they don't think that she has any talent. They don't think she has any skills. Everything about that. I will tell y'all again, and this is why I can say from pretty privilege is the downside of being pretty. I have literally had people tell me when they find out I can cook, when they have a conversation with me and they realize how smart I am, when they understand things that I've done in my life, they're like, I wouldn't expect that from you. And I'm like, why? And I ask them why, because I'm pretty. And people will blatantly say, yeah, well, kind of, yeah. So I'm just gonna look y'all in the eye like, so we're gonna deny that that's not real? People are denying that that's real. I didn't even get deeper into it. I discuss even deeper in my book, but it's real. Okay. And pretty privilege is real too. It's real. I know that because I'm a lighter skinned black person, black woman, to be because I'm not binary, I'm a woman. But a person in general, right? Just in society, I'm a lighter skinned black woman. Again, I look black. Nobody can question that. There's not too many people who ask me anything about me being mixed. But I have cute features. I mean, I do. I have cute features. Nothing too ostentatious. Um, oh my God, my stomach just growled. I don't know if y'all, it was so loud, I don't even know if the mic picked it up. I just had to comment. Let me drink some water after that. Jesus. But nah, so I understand even just that alone, me being a light skinned woman, especially in the black community, I'm gonna be looked upon as being pretty just sometimes automatically just because of that. And because of that, right, I understand that people will look at me and give me things. Um, I can just go out on any random Saturday looking cute, of course, put a little more effort into my looks. I clean up pretty nice. Um, but I can do that and I'm like 60, 70% of the time gonna get a drink. Like it happens. Especially if I'm alone. Just so you know, I ain't did that in a while. But um or even when I'm out with like my homegirl. I remember one night me and one of my best friends went out. We might have paid $20 for our food. I think maybe even like I'm saying all together. We didn't have to pay for anything. And we was lit. We was drunk. It was so many people we knew that was there, first of all. But it's not just about knowing people, right? Because any woman can know men. But these men thought we were worthy enough, because we are pretty, to be provided for in a sense, no matter how small of a scale. Yes, you providing the drinks. Hello, that's a word. So I need y'all to get it. Okay. Yes, there's privileges to being pretty. Never gonna deny that. Definitely have taken advantage of it. Yes, I have. But there's a downside. And it's very important, like I said, to understand and what I said about myself. Pretty is not forever. Pretty is, yeah, it's cool. Thank God, right? I will never not be grateful that I look like this. I love how I look. Like I said, I think I'm pretty. I love that shit. Love my body. I love me. right? Period. Nobody can make me hate me. Nobody. But I understand that this is a shell. I'm borrowing this body, baby. There's something way bigger inside of this body. It's way bigger than what my face looks like. It's way bigger than how my titties sit up. It's way bigger than how my ass look. It's way bigger, right? But those things are somewhat important to me because I'm in this body while I'm in it. But it's not that important because, again, I know what life can do. I'm a witness, right? I know that anything can happen to my beautiful face, and I'll have to find the beauty in me, right? Even though I know there's a beautiful person inside, I will have to work. I know just because I'm a human, I will have to work to redefine my beauty, right? I also know I'm gonna get older. I'm gonna look different, regardless. Beauty, pretty is pretty phase. Beauty is not forever. So when it comes to women like Saweetie saying that people count her out, yes, they do. People count you out when you're pretty. They don't, again, like I said, they automatically assume you're talentless. Now, I will say this. I'm gonna be honest. Gotta be honest. Sweetie is not a great performer. I'm laughing because I don't want to diminish what she's saying. I want people to understand that, yes, y'all are right that she made her way to where she was because she's pretty. But that pretty only went so far because the talent is not really where she thinks it is, maybe. I'm sorry, sweetie. Dare I be honest? It's an opinion, but most people are feeling that, okay? Like, my girl, my type was just your one hit, and it was cute. Look, I mean, but it's like, you in the same lane consistently making that type of music, and it's not gonna always hit. That type of music is not gonna always hit. You have to have a range. You don't have a range, sweetie. Not yet anyway. Maybe you can develop that, because some things, skills and talents can be developed. Don't count her out like she said. I agree with that. But baby, what you producing is not where it's not it. It's not it. It ain't doing for me. For me, it ain't. And for a lot of people, it's just not. To the point where they diminish what she said, and I don't like that. Y'all don't diminish what she said, because don't shoot the messenger. Don't attack the truth teller. Attract the truth and make it better, because she said something truthful. If it was Beyonce who said it, if it was Beyonce who said it, what would y'all say? How would y'all feel? Y'all would be like, oh my gosh, she's so right. Because Beyonce is beyond talented. But I can guarantee you, she can tell you with how beautiful she is. I'm sorry, excuse me. With how beautiful she has had to suffer due to that beauty. Despite being talented. People don't count her out. Believe that. So, for what y'all talking about when it comes to that. Okay. But I do agree with y'all. Sweetie she's not what she thinks she at. She, right now, at this moment in time, October 13th, 2025, Sweetie is not who she thinks she is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not here to hurt people's feelings, but I can't help but to be honest, bro. I'm an accountability coach, bro. I'm honest. I'm so honest that it hurts me sometimes. Girl, please. We have to, you gotta get some training. I don't know. Okay, that's none of my business. But we're gonna talk about the next topic. We got another light skin on the docket. I feel like I really beat though good enough for y'all when it comes to that whole sweetie thing, because pretty privilege is real. Being a whore is like, dare I say, I want y'all to know, back in the day, like in the day, Even in biblical times, being a whore was normal. It was normal to have prostitutes. Okay. Because women had to take care of themselves in some kind of way. And if a man was not going to marry a woman, at least he can have access to her and she gets paid for it. And I want y'all to understand too, the reason there was such a high level of prostitution back in the day was because people were not getting married like y'all think. Not back then, because most people were reserving marriage for wealthy people of higher class. I don't want to get too deep, y'all, but it's a lot. That's a lot of things are interwoven so that we can understand how time was, how it was, and how it influenced how it is today. Amen. Amen. All right, moving on. I want y'all to pick up my book. Give me a book. I'm telling y'all the deepest dive you can ever take into humanity that I have read personally is gonna be in my book. And it's not even gonna be a long book, but it's going to really paint a picture of some of the things that I'll talk about all the time, but in a deeper way, a way that hopefully the average person can understand. Anyway, so moving on, we're gonna talk about Drake real quick. We ain't gonna really talk too much about Drake because Drake don't really, yeah, we should have known that Drake was not gonna win this lawsuit. I am so very much so tickled, very much so tickled that this man really thought that he could go to court and sue when he started a rap beef. He started, okay, not realizing how that was going to censor. And I talked about this, I think in my one of my last videos. He was trying to you like, or did I talk? I talked about this in one of my last videos. Or I talked about it in my newsletter. I don't know. Everything coincides together to me now, but he really just thought that that was gonna fly in America. I know he's Canadian, but dude, you attack Kendrick, excuse me, and his family, made it seem as though he put his hands on his wife. He was abusive. And now when he responded, and if you look at like the court documents and the videos and how the judge maneuvered in this case, the judge did her homework, because I think it's a her. Um, if it's a him, I'm sorry, but I believe it's her. She did her homework because she went and pretty much looked at all their music, all the songs that, collectively added to the beef. And she was like, well, you told Kendrick to call you a PDFer. And this makes Kendrick a fucking genius because, and we didn't even tie the knot. I mean, tie the knot, Jesus, tie the dots. Get it? I didn't realize how much of a pun on words that was. I get you, K dot. We didn't even tie like we tie the dots, connect the dots. Jesus, please help me. What's going on? My brain is doing some things right now. But we didn't even connect the dots that was what was happening. When he said, say Drake, I heard you like him young. Drake said on the song and he said it and it didn't. Let me tell you something. I can't remember which one of Drake beef songs. I don't even go back and listen to Drake beef songs. I do go back and listen to Kendrick songs. I don't go back to listen to Drake's because none of them was given. Not even the 50 push-up one or whatever the fuck. But even all of his songs felt like he was defending the allegations. It didn't feel like, in his defense, it made him seem more guilty. Because why would you tell him to say it? Because I remember hearing that line in the song. He told him to say how he liked young girls in a line in one of his songs. I don't know what song. Go look it up, please. I don't want to do the work right now because it's not as serious to me. But yeah, it's just crazy. So you lose the rap battle, and now you think that you can appeal. You're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, and nobody respects you at this point. How are you dissed and dismissed? Like that's crazy. Dissed and dismissed. That should be his new song. Let's talk about how hurt you really are about this, Drake. Like, let's not pretend that you are unbothered because the whole world knows you're bothered. Nobody would go file a lawsuit, especially for defamation, if they weren't bothered. He could have counter. Well, I'm sorry, Kendrick didn't. He didn't. He didn't sue Kendrick. It was UMG, and he knew he couldn't sue Kendrick because if he did sue Kendrick, Kendrick could have caught countersuit. So it wouldn't have made no sense. And then that's why it still didn't make sense for him to sue UMG because it's still under the same grounds, regardless. And we have to understand that Drake is still under UMG. You sue your own label, your label's label. However they might work, I don't know. You sue them because Universal is owned by damn near everybody. Well, Universal owns damn near everybody, I should say. I don't understand. Mm. So here we are. He's spent all that money on them damn lawyers who know they should never took that shit to trial. And he has a new album coming out. And I want y'all to understand, I don't know if I made the same prediction on camera for Drake that I did for Nicki, but we are witnessing Nicki and Drake's downfall in real time. Because as much as Nicki wanted to flaunt, just to touch on her just real quick, that little 228 in sales that she made off Pink Friday too. You have an upcoming album, sweetie. And you're coming behind Cardi. Let's see if you make those same numbers. If you do, whoop-de-doo. In the worst love. But if you don't, you gotta eat that. And how are you going to do it? I don't know. Anyway, moving forward with that, talking about why it's so important that Drake lost his lawsuit is because, and I said this before and I'm just gonna repeat it, we don't need to be censored. We're censored enough. We are getting to a point in life right now where in the time we live in, people have to be able to speak their mind. It's a war out here. And I've said it on camera. I said it months ago on my TikTok. I don't know if I posted it on YouTube Shorts. There's going to be some intense civil distress in this country. It is now, while we are still experiencing a shutdown. The government said shut down. I don't even look. I can't even keep up with everything that's going on because I'm trying to focus on my future. You know what I'm saying, and what I'm meant to do, which is uplift everybody. But I'll come on here so we can talk about what's really going on in the world and how we can navigate it. Literally, it's in my title. Your ghetto psychologist and accountability coach. It's my life's purpose to help Black people navigate this patriarchal system of white supremacy. So Drake's white side, somebody said Drake's white side and his black side lost. That's hiccup me, maybe. His white side and his black side and his black side lost. Y'all, he is going through it over there. So that mean they are that the black side and the white side is clashing over there. They clashing. He don't know how to respond. So funny, bro. People are so funny. But yeah, y'all. So I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't gonna keep you too long, but I wanted to really talk more so about the whole sweetie thing and y'all gotta let women be women in the world that we are in. We end in the world that we are in, the way the man has created the society to basically kind of hate women. You gotta just let women do what the fuck we do. Because when you look at the one side or the other, one side is worse than the other, and you can suck hole if you don't believe that. Because the male side is committing 90% of the violent crimes. They dictate almost everything. They are holding 90% of the positions of power. So if the world is fucked up, who do we blame it on? Can't blame it on women. You can't be always these people's mama. That's crazy. Cause who's running the fucking world anyway? Let's be real. All right. I'm checking out, guys. Again, my book is coming out in October. Oh my God, it's October right now. My brain, I told you I don't know what's going on. When is retrograde coming? Cause I'm feeling real retrograde. But no, my book is coming out, y'all, in February. I am almost done with it. The copies are about to be here in probably the next month and a half. Um, this process is, I get confirmation almost daily, sometimes multiple times a day, that this book is so relevant because everything that I just naturally wanted to talk about, I can connect it to things I'm seeing on TV, things I'm seeing in the news, things I'm seeing, even just in entertainment. Like it's everywhere. And that's what I appreciate the most when it comes to this book. I am going to do my very best with this book. This book is bigger than any book I've created. Any book. It's bigger than my fiction novel, which I'm gonna start pushing that again. I made that last year. That debuted last year. Um, that's again, it's a fiction novel, so I feel like fiction is timeless. It can come out at any time. But this book here, we need this right now, and it's going to. I feel like this book is going to help. What I think about this book, let's put. I'm gonna end on this note for real, and thank you if you're watching this long. Um, when I think about this upcoming book that I'm making, I think about if I want my grandchildren to know what the world was like in the time period that I lived, what what literature can I give to them that will be the most accurate depiction? Sure, it's going to have some opinions, but the opinions are supported by research, supported by experience, and supported by just spiritual confirmation. So, all right, y'all. Love you guys. Bye.